There is no such thing in life as being balanced. One evening we were playing a football game among friends, and I remember that I was in the same team with those players who are theoretically better than the other players who compose the other team. Apparently, that was the reason my team was winning. Full of frustration, a friend of mine who was playing in the losing team stopped playing and went out of the field complaining about how strong my team was and how weak his team looked. I remember he asked me, "How are we supposed to win if there is no balance?" Let's recap for a moment. He stopped playing. He blamed us for having the so-called better players. He blamed his own teammates for not playing well. He blamed his physical condition for not being as strong as all of us. He wasn't playing at his full level, and trust me, he's a very skillful player, but he stopped believing on himself, on his capabilities and skills. He diminished himself. He lost sight on any chance of winning. He funked. He couldn't face the challenge, so he started asking for balance. He lost the game, but not because of the end result, no, but because he gave up. He lost the game even before it started, because he assumed that he cannot win, and he was right. He did not win. Now, how many of you have said, "I cannot make it"? I mean, how many of you have said, "I am not good in math to be an engineer. I am not qualified enough to get a job at X company. I do not have enough money to start my business. I did not grow up in a wealthy family, thus I cannot be rich. I am not educated enough to succeed. I am not talented. I do not have the right ideas. I was not born to. I do not have the support of. I don't have the time. I do not know how to. I am not lucky enough. I'm not entitled to prosperity. I am not. How many no's for oneself? Henry Ford once said, "Whether you think you can or you think you cannot, you are right." What you believe is what you see. Period. And someone told me that I might be right, but I get to understand that these people are highly self-aware of themselves and they know their limitation. And I said, well, it is good to know your limitation, but knowing your limitation has nothing to do with limiting yourself. See, when you go to the gym, you may not be able to lift up more than 100 pounds at a time, and that's your limitation. And you may limit yourself at that weight due to the pain. But if you head in the gym and you work hard day by day, then and only then you will exceed your limitation. Let me tell you more. Your starting limitation may not be your fault, but your ending limitation are definitely your responsibility. You decide where you want to limit yourself. Depend on you and only you. Now, how many of you have blamed everything and everyone else except yourself when things don't get balanced? See, things won't get balanced if you don't take the action of balancing them yourself. If you don't make the right decisions, if you don't get up every time you fail. Because let me tell you, in the process you may fail several times, but don't let that result define you. See, many people confuse failing with being a failure. If you tried it and it didn't work out, you just failed. You're not a failure. However, if you quit, then you are a failure. Things won't get balanced until you study day by day, until you take a risk, until you head into the gym day by day and you work hard, until you spend less than what you're earning, until you hang out with the right people, until you get to the football field and pour all sweat and one more drop. Things won't get balanced until you win. So stop saying no to yourself, stop asking for balance, and get out there and balance whatever you want to balance in your life. Your career, your relationship, your business, your football game, your dream. It is you who set the limit. Be limitless. That's it.